So I was a person who would go to the gym and show up and just be like, okay, well, what am I doing today? And I would just kind of wander around from like one machine to another. And I made a pretty good bit of progress that way. Like I would do a lot of bicep curls, I would do a lot of dips, I would do, different machines for legs. And I just kind of wander around like no structure at all.
Yeah.
And it was around that time that I picked up martial arts. So I actually started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I competed in that for a while. And I always struggled because I would always get out-muscled by women in tournaments. I gained quite a bit of weight during the pandemic, at least for me. I gained like 10-ish pounds, 10, 15 pounds. I was like, oh man, I really need to work with a coach to help me lose this because I don't know how to lose this weight. As I realized that training for fat loss and training for physique is not a way for me to stay motivated. I've also had body image issues in the past. Started out weightlifting actually with my mom. So she actually used to go to the gym all the time when I was a teenager in high school. Yeah, and I would see the ladies on like Oxygen magazine and like Muscle and Fitness, and I was like, oh, I want to go to the gym and I want to be strong like them. And so I had been following you, and I reached out to you about what would this look like for powerlifting, and it turned out it was a really good fit. My physique looks better. So I've gained muscle. If you think about the math of it, right? Like a pound of fat is a lot bigger than a pound of muscle. So as you put on more muscle and you're converting fat to muscle, that muscle is more dense. So it may weigh more, but it's actually taking up less space. So if your goal is to look smaller, and leaner, you're going to move in that direction as you put on muscle. I really wish I had started out with powerlifting. Like, it is a fantastic foundation for every other sport that I've done.
Right.
So, for example, in jiu-jitsu, I've recently started going back to jiu-jitsu, and I've realized that my strength in training with other women now is just, it's a whole nother level now. My grip strength is crazy, because I've been having to pick up the heavy bar, and I have a lot of leg strength. I have a lot of push strength, which I didn't have before, and I know how to use my whole body to push instead of just using just my chest and my arms, which if you learn how to do a bench press properly, you learn how to use your whole body to push weight off of you, and so that's really important as a skill. So I would say if somebody's out there and they're kind of debating if they want to do powerlifting, it's a great thing to do, even if you're doing a different sport or if you might add in a different sport later, because it's super great as a foundation.